Hello and welcome to another episode of Video Game Reviews. Today I'll be talking about Mora EX on the Nintendo Switch. And I'll be keeping this one nice and short, well, let's be honest, relatively, since I was only able to capture still images for this game. So basically, this is a side-scrolling spaceship shoot-'em-up, similar to something like Gradius. I think this might be the best side-scrolling, or let's say my favorite side-scrolling spaceship shooter of this type that I have played since Thunder Force 5 back on the Sega Saturn. I had that on import, Japanese import. Anyway, most of the great spaceship shooters since Thunder Force 5, at least that are coming to my mind right now, most of them have been top-down, vertically scrolling shooters. Think Ikaruga, Radiant Silvergun, Gunbird 2, Mars Matrix, Gigawing, etc. You know, some of those, I don't know if they're necessarily on the Switch. The last three, I played on the Dreamcast back in the day. Anyway, even all the games that I listed are even pretty old. So anyway, Mora EX is pretty darn refreshing, in my opinion, even though it's been out for a pretty long time. And I've had it for a pretty long while. I just got around to finishing it the other day, though. It's a shoot-'em-up, and it's kind of a bullet hell shoot-'em-up, so it's not particularly easy. Anyways, if you look at most of the games that I just mentioned, most of those shooters, one thing stands out. Most of them are 2.5D. And, I think that visual style just works particularly well for this genre. With some other genres, it's, can be a little bit, that presentation style can be a little bit awkward or clunky, but man, it just looks so good on an old school shoot 'em up. And this is a fine example of that. Look, it certainly looks good here, like I said. And I'd go so far as to say that this is one of the better looking games in this genre, and a pretty fantastic looking game, for the Switch. The polygons are very clean looking, and the animations are nice and smooth, as you should expect. There is a story with, frankly, very well written dialogue that may be somewhat wasted on a game in this genre, where people generally come for the gameplay and the challenge. They're not really like, why dialogue? But to be fair, at least they did a good job with it. So anyways, keeping things on track, let's dive right into the gameplay, or more specifically, what makes the gameplay unique. The entire game is based around time. Killing enemies increases the time on your timer, and taking damage decreases the time left on your timer. So, except for the relatively few insta-death scenarios or things that will take you out instantly, mostly the only way that you die is by running out of time. Also, in a way, the best defense is a strong offense in Mora, as if your weapon is fully powered up, you'll take down bosses I can't stress that enough, much quicker. Meaning you'll have to learn to dodge less of their bullet hell patterns, which is a good thing. Finally, you are given a limited number of continues, but if you run out, there is the option to start from any level you have previously reached, which I appreciate, because I think most people would be unlikely to see this quality title in its entirety without that option. And honestly, even with that option, it's not going to be a cakewalk for most people. It's a pretty hard game. But that's just sort of inherent with the genre. Mora EX retails on the eShop for $30 at regular price, but it can be had for significantly less on sale. So I would recommend putting it on your wish list and waiting for a sale, or alternatively, I've seen the physical copy for, $15 or $20, which would be a great price for this game. If you're a fan of shoot 'em ups and you'd like to try one with a pretty cool twist, I absolutely think that Mora EX is worth your time. Anyways, that pretty much does it for this one. If you've enjoyed the show, please click like and subscribe. It would really help this little channel out a lot. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time, whenever that may be. Bye-bye.